right. Good evening. All right, we will go ahead and call the regular session of the City of Beaumont Planning Commission to order at 6 o'clock. Can I get a roll call, please?
Yes, sir. Commissioner Cooley?
Here.
Commissioner Copeland?
Here.
Commissioner Cueva?
Present.
Vice Chair Smith?
Here.
And Chairman Southard asked for an excused absence this evening.
Okay, thank you. If you'll please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Commissioner Copeland? Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. Do we have any adjustments to the agenda at this time?
No adjustments.
All right, any conflicts of interest to disclose? All right, hearing none. Item B, public comment period for items not on the agenda. Any one person may address the committee on any matter not on this agenda. If you wish to speak, please fill out a public comment form provided at the back table and give it to the committee chair or secretary. There is a 3-minute limit on public comments. There will be no sharing or passing of time to another person. State law prohibits the committee from discussing or taking actions brought up by your comments. Do we have any public comment requests at this time?
I have no written requests. Katie, do we have any callers on the line?
No callers on the line.
All right. So moving on to item C for action items. C1 is approval of the minutes. Do we have a motion?
I move we approve the minutes.
Second.
All right, motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Cooley?
Yes.
Commissioner Copeland?
Yes.
Commissioner Cueva?
Yay.
Vice Chair Smith?
Yes. All right, item C2 is reorganization of the Planning Commission. Will be selection of the chair and vice chair for 2026.
And Vice Chair, if you'd like, I can give a quick intro.
Please.
This item is structured similar to how City Council does their rotation. So I have presented it in that way. If the Planning Commission would like to use the rotation sequence, it is in order by tenure and appointment. So if you look at the attachment on the agenda, you'll see the sequence provided. Currently, Mr. Southard is the chair, with vice chair being Mr. Smith. And so if the commission wanted to use the sequence, it would just go in a rotation where Mr. Southard would fall to the bottom and the other commissioners would move up. In order to hold this item, a nomination would need to be made for the chair, a second, and then majority vote, and then a separate nomination for vice chair, motion second, and then majority vote. So 2 separate motions, please.
Okay. Any questions for staff?
Can you run through that sequence again? Who, in that sequence, who would be the next rotation for chair and co-chair?
Using this sequence, it would be Mr. Smith for chair, and vice chair would be Mr. Cueva.
Okay, I'll make a motion to nominate Mr. Smith for chair.
I'll second.
All right, motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Cooley?
Yes.
Commissioner Copeland?
Yes.
Commissioner Cueva?
Yay.
Vice Chair Smith?
Yes. All right, well, I'll make a motion for Commissioner Cueva as vice chair, if you're interested.
Sure. Okay. Second.
First and second, roll call, please.
Commissioner Cooley?
Yes.
Commissioner Copeland?
Yay.
Commissioner Cueva?
Yay.
Vice Chair Smith?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
And you can choose to set that this evening, or it can take effect the next meeting as far as running the meeting. I'll let you guys decide.
For all intents and purposes, that's what it is tonight anyway, with, Commissioner Cooley's absence, so.
Right, exactly.
All right. Item C3, public hearing to consider a recommendation of approval for parcel map 2025-0005, tentative parcel map 39006. Staff report, please.
Good evening, Chairman and Commissioners. Jillian Fountain, Planning Staff.
The item before you is a public hearing for a tentative parcel map number 39066, a request to subdivide a 15.01 acre property into two parcels located at the southwest corner of Highland Springs Avenue and East First Street within the Seneca Springs specific plan. The site includes vacant land on the northern portion of an existing medical office on the southern portion. No new development is proposed. The subdivision is for finance and conveyance purposes only. Although the property has two county APNs, it is legally considered one parcel. Approval of the tentative parcel map would correct the discrepancy and bring the property into conformance with the Subdivision Map Act and city regulations. The proposed subdivision is consistent with the general plan, specific plan zoning, and applicable development standards. Both resulting parcels are of adequate size and configuration to accommodate existing and future uses. The project was reviewed by the Development Review Committee, and a departmental comments have been incorporated into the conditions of approval. Staff recommends the project be found exempt from CEQA under Section 15315, which is minor land divisions, as it creates fewer than 4 parcels, requires no variances, and meets all exemption criteria. Public noticing was completed, and no public comments have been received as of the time of report preparation. Staff recommends the Planning Commission open the public hearing, adopt a resolution recommending approval of tentative parcel map number 39066 to the City Council, and direct staff to prepare a notice of exemption for the applicant to file with the Riverside Clerk Recorder. This concludes my presentation, and I'm happy to answer any questions. The applicant is here as well.
Thank you. Questions for staff? Commissioner Copeland?
No questions.
Commissioner Cooley?
No questions.
Vice Chair Cueva?
No questions.
So this seems pretty straightforward. All the dedications already exist. The improvements are on the frontage as finance conveyance, so it's not conditioned for improvements regardless. I don't see anything on here that's out of the ordinary, so unless I'm missing something.
No, you're
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Okay.
All the public infrastructure is in, and the right of way is sufficient to meet the road classifications. So,
Okay.
no concerns for Public Works.
All right, so with that, we'll open the public hearing then at 6:07. Do we have any requests to speak on this item?
I have no written requests. Katie, do we have any callers on the line?
No, no callers.
Are there any questions for the applicant?
No.
No? Okay. We'll close the public hearing then at 6:08. If there's any further discussion, or I would entertain a motion.
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Cooley,
Yes.
Commissioner Copeland,
Yes.
Vice Chair Cueva,
Yay.
and Chairman Smith.
Yes. All right. Thank you. You showed up just in time. Oh, wow. That's terrible. Sorry. All right, item C4, public hearing to consider a recommendation of approval of an ordinance amending Title 16 subdivisions of the Beaumont Municipal Code. Staff report, please.
Good evening and congratulations on your reorganization, Chair and Vice Chair, members of the Commission. Stephen Jones, Community Development Director, presenting item C4. And it's not that explosive, but we will go forward. For the introduction and consideration of a recommendation of approval to amend subdivisions ordinance provisions. During this presentation, the Commission will hear background on subdivisions ordinance history, the need to amend, and recommendations and next steps in this process. Tonight's requested action is that the Commission introduce the ordinance for public consideration, deliberate, and recommend to the City Council approval. The state's Subdivision Map Act is from 1972, but the city's own subdivision ordinance was adopted in 1983 and amended in 2018. The amendment in 2018 was to add the city's own Quimby Act ordinance for dedication of and/or in lieu fees for land for park and recreational purposes. As you know, the general plan was updated in 2020, and the corresponding zoning code update project will be effective January 16th of this year. And over the past 43 years that this ordinance has not been amended, development trends have evolved in response to changes to building industry, market forces, and technology. For example, the city no longer requires 35 copies of a map to be routed because we don't do the paper anymore. So that reflects the shift to digital processing. The process is shifted, so the proposed ordinance introduces modernized definitions, procedural updates, and we designate the Planning Commission as the authority, or we propose to designate the Planning Commission as the final authority for tentative map approvals, and the City Council as the final authority for final map. These changes streamline the subdivision process, saving time, reducing costs, and conserving city resources by eliminating the need to reapprove each tentative map. No new standards are being proposed, as the zoning code update will already administer standards consistent with the 2040 General Plan and the Subdivision Map Act. The changes align with what is already permitted under state law, and there is no request to expand cities' discretionary authority beyond what the Subdivision Map Act already provides. So during this presentation, the commission received an overview of the subdivision's ordinance history and the rationale for the proposed amendments, and staff's recommendation is to approve the ordinance following introduction and consideration. If the commission recommends approval, the next steps will be to forward your resolution to the city council for their introduction, approval, and adoption. A potentially effective date of March 17th is anticipated, at which time the commission's tentative map approvals will be final, and the city council will receive reports of commission action. This concludes my presentation, and we are available for questions or comments.
All right, thank you. Questions for staff at this time? Commissioner Goblin? Commissioner Goblin?
None at this time.
Commissioner Cooley?
I have none.
Vice Chair Cueva?
Yes, I have a question. If we could go to page 39 of 158, and it would be under section 16.04.020. Correct me if I'm wrong, Planning Commission is authorized to submit its recommendations on a tentative, not a final track map, correct?
I had the same question.
Oh.
Well, that is correct. We can make that shift. It is, the Planning Commission is authorized to submit its recommendation on, no, actually, it is to a final, because the recommendation,
Well, see, yeah, this is where it gets kind of interesting, right?
it's like, wait a minute, you're
Yeah.
going to approve the tentative map, and that's
Right.
final, but then that is,
Because final maps are not going to come back to Planning Commission for
Correct.
acceptance.
right, exactly. So I don't know what to say right now. I don't know who did that. No, let's see. The Planning Commission is authorized to submit a recommendation on final map, City Council for consideration. City Council is the approving authority for. Yeah, that was actually our attorney addition. So I'm going to throw Phaedra under the bus, but I will clarify what that is. But I believe that, again, it is correct because you are authorized to submit a recommendation in that you're making a decision on a tentative map, which leads to the final map. So I will make that clarification before we submit your adopter, if we do adopt with the city attorney. And Bob is here, so perhaps he has input on that, but that is addition from a legal standpoint.
So with these revisions, the decisions on all tentative maps
Are
by the
final.
Planning Commission are final.
Correct.
Unless appeal to council.
Exactly, yeah.
So it reduces their workload a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. And ours too, because we don't have to reorganize everything again for
Right.
the same thing. Yes,
Okay, but and the city council would still recommend the recordation of final maps.
they would still approve the
And
final
that does
map
not come to
recommendations.
us.
Correct.
Because I don't necessarily think we need to see those here, so.
Right, yeah.
Okay,
Final
okay.
maps would just be engineering and the Public Works Department and their recommendation to the city council. Bob?
Okay, yeah, I guess, as you indicated, Phaedra from our office wrote this. I think she was assuming, I'm guessing, I don't know for certain, she was guessing that the Planning Commission makes a recommendation on final maps prior to the city council approval, but I guess what you're saying is the Planning Commission would have no recommendation
Correct.
on final maps. It would go straight to the city council from
Right.
the staff.
Yep.
Yeah,
So we can
that
clarify.
Obviously
Correct.
needs to be changed then. So,
And to move forward on a final map, you have to hit your conditions of approval. You're going to have conditions of approval that have to be met, and we wouldn't touch it.
Right,
It would be the applicant has to meet those conditions, correct? Yeah.
correct. And then generally, you're going to get the Public Works Department to recommend either approval of recordation or not on final maps. So yeah, we will, for now, say we'll take that out, but we can clarify again with Phaedra as to what the addition was for. I do believe it still makes sense that we say it's a recommendation on the final map, but then again, we don't want to have to come back to you guys for final map recommendations, final map recommendations. Your tentative map final should be good enough.
Okay. Any other questions? I was just going to comment, it looks like there's a lot of the improvement schedules in here kind of mirror the county's ordinance. With the Schedule A through F, parcel or maps, A through E. I'm not sure that I recall seeing schedules listed on the maps when they come, instead of maps when they come through.
Yeah, there may be a note or two on some of them, but typically we're not requesting that. It's probably not a part of the contents of a tentative map necessarily, because if the map is a Schedule A, we'll know that by the scope of the project and the depictions. It doesn't necessarily have to say Schedule A, but we could, if the commission recommends, require that be a part of the contents of a tentative map to clarify and make it consistent with what the proposal is and what the language of the subdivisions ordinance has.
Okay.
So yeah, we could add
I mean,
that
I'm not sure that, I'll leave that to staff's
Discretion.
discretion, because you're going to write the conditions of approval in accordance with what that is.
Exactly.
That's what you present here. I don't think that it would matter to us if it's what schedule it is, but
Right.
I was just more commenting on it. Okay, I didn't have any other questions.
I have one more.
Please.
If council elects to keep final map there, on page 40 of 158, 16-08-020, you may want to change that tentative to final then.
08020?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we would probably just move out the final from there completely, because
Okay.
this is all about getting that final approval on a tentative map.
Okay.
But thank you.
The rest of the items on here seem that it's definition cleanup, ordinance cleanup, reassessed and reclassified titles, so on and so forth. Anything else of significance that the public might want to be aware of?
I would say the highlight was the tentative map final approval. The rest of the housekeeping items are, again, to modernize and keep pace with what contemporary standards are saying. Like, for instance, we are the Development Review Committee versus the Land Divisions Committee, and that incorporates sort of a more holistic view of the development process that includes maps, but also looks towards the other portions of the municipal code. I think there was something in there that said should have said specific plan. It was specification.
Specifications,
Yeah,
yeah.
so little things like that, just those cleanup items that make more sense also.
Okay. All right. Any other further questions of staff? Okay, so we'll open the public hearing then at 6:18. Do you have any requests to speak on this item?
I have no written requests. Katie, did we have any callers on the line?
No callers on the line.
All right, we'll close the public hearing then at 6:19. Any other discussion here by the commission? So I think that any motion, we want to include the clarification on that one item as it goes to city council. And with that, I would accept a motion.
Yeah, so I'll make a motion to approve this with the clarifications that have so been indicated.
I'll second.
Oh, it's a fight. We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Cooley,
Yes.
Commissioner Copeland,
Yes?
Vice Chair Cueva,
Yay.
Chairman Smith.
Yes. Okay, moving on, item D, staff comments.
The only comment, thank you, gentlemen, that I have would be, we do have items for the January 28th Planning Commission meeting, so we would like to know as soon as possible, if not tonight, your advance attendance for quorum, and yeah, you can let us know either right now or before we step out of the room, but that's it for us. Thank you.
Okay. Any comments from commissioners? All right. Then we will go to adjournment to the, I guess, the next regularly scheduled Planning Commission meeting on Wednesday, February 11th at 6 o'clock PM, with potential for a special meeting on January 28th at 6 o'clock PM. Okay. All right. So we'll adjourn the meeting at 6:20. Thank you.
So you want to know.